The truth. God's truth.
Shh. You're wrong, Pa. It isn't truth. I don't love Ruth. I never loved her. Thought of such a thing never entered my head.
You're piling lie upon lie.
I suppose it'd be hard for you to explain anyone's wanting to leave this blessed farm. So for some outside reason like that.
American Revival Theater is now into its 7th week of rehearsals and is quickly approaching their taping schedule. With talent off book, Ed Patterson has been working with the cast to fine-polish their performance and block out each act for the shoot. Kyle DeSources and I attended one of the recent performances and met with actor Colin O'Leary.
Dare to talk about the farm, the male farm.
I've earned the right to quit. I've earned my right to quit when I want to.
Well, I did an audition for the 20 theater companies in Maine. I can't remember what month I did it in, but I think that's where I got noticed by Ed. And I missed the first audition. I was moving at the time, around July, beginning of July. And I got a call back later. I told him that I'd still love to try out, but I just don't have the time to do the audition. And he called me back, and I was rushed into it. They were already rehearsing when I got into the play.
A bit of spunk. The idea of you permitting him to come into meals at all hours and you doing all the work. I never heard of such a thing. You're too easygoing. That's the trouble.
You ought to be able to understand what I feel.
Yes. I suppose I ought. What did Rob tell you about me?
About you? Why, nothing.
Well, being a carpenter by trade, it certainly doesn't, say acting anywhere in that, in any of that sort of business. So, but I've been pushed by my friends and family to really get into it. They said, oh, you should do stand-up comedy and you should do things like that. I don't really have any connection with that. I play guitar as well, but I don't have a drive to play my music out. I'm in Portland Playback as well and do my improv thing, and that's kind of how I got my start with it. And through those circles, I met other people who were into acting, and a friend of mine, Levi, said, you need to do this audition. And I said, well, I've never done an audition before. I don't know how to memorize lines or figure out monologues, and he really helped me through all of that and showed me how to stand and all those things, and it was the crash course. And he said, you can do this, you have this, do it. And I'm like, great, okay. And so that's what I did. I prepared 2 monologues and went to the Acorn theater audition. Yeah. And yeah, that's my start right there. It's a great play. I really like the play, reading through it. And just getting into the deeper, darker scenes. It's really, really hard and really, really sad. And it's definitely exhausting, waking up and going to work as a carpenter and then coming onto this set and trying to get to that emotional space and have it turned on after a long day's work and just have that, okay, and Ed will say, okay, now I want you to get teary, well up, you have a tractor in your throat, he'll say. And I have to, okay, and I'll well up, and then, okay, cut, next scene, and okay. And so it's just definitely a different kind of workout. So I'm working 2 parts of my body throughout the day. My body in the beginning and my mind in the later day. I'm just very tired after it all.
Go, Andy. Go, go, and there's nothing more to be said.
Why did this have to happen to us? It's damnable.
There's no use fussing anymore, Rob. It's done. I guess Ruth has the right to have who she likes. She made a good choice, too. God bless her for it.
Andy, I wish I could tell half I feel how fine you are.
Shut up. Let's go to bed.
Andy is a simple guy, simple pleasures. He has a big heart, really big heart. He really cares about his family, he cares about his brother. He doesn't wish harm on anybody, he really doesn't. And he enjoys working on the farm. It's simple work, it's all he knows, but he definitely has more ambition than the farm really allows him to have.
Hey there! past, you do take the prize for daydreaming. I see you toted one of the old books along with you. What's it this time? Poetry, I'll bet.
Look how you don't get it full of dirt.
This isn't dirt. This is good, clean earth. I have loved wind and the light and the bright sea, but holy and most secret light, not as I love and have loved thee. Here, take it and bury it. I suppose it's that year in college gave you a liking for that kind of stuff. I'm darn glad I stopped at high school. Or maybe I've been crazy too. Imagine me reading poetry and plowing at the same time. The team would run away, I'll bet.
Picture me plowing.
Well, you should have gone back to college last fall, like I know you wanted to. You're fitted for that sort of thing.
As a person, he's just a really simple guy, and he wants the best for his brother, but he just doesn't understand the way his mind works. It's beyond him. Poetry and travel. It's just, you have everything you need right here. And that's really how simple it is to him. And him and his father are really close. They have a really cool connection where they know exactly what's being said whenever they're talking to each other. And they'll say, "Oh, I'm going to go out to the barn," and the dad will know exactly what he means. He says, "Okay, yeah, you better go, son." So they have this whole connection that's really close and really connected. And it's really a strong relationship between the father and a strong relationship between the brother. His mother, he loves, but Robert's always been her favorite.
Rob wants to go.
And I've always been Pa's favorite. That's just how it's always been. And there's no problem. He has no resentment towards that, but that's just how it is.
Not if he still feels the same way about it he did when he was talking to me this evening.
And he's right, Katie. You can see that. I wonder what's happened to Robert. He's been gone long enough to wheel the widow to home. He can't be out dreaming at the stars his last night.
Why didn't you wheel Mrs. Atkins home, Andy? You usually do when she and Ruth come over.
Thought maybe Robert wanted to tonight. He offered to go right as they were leaving.
Oh, he was only being polite.
Well, he'll be right back, I guess, then. Go take a look at the black cow, Pa, see if she's ailing any.
Yes, better add some.
After Beyond the Horizon, I'd like to see if I can't do film. I really like the idea of film. I like plays, but my act, I feel like, is a little more subtle in my face and things that are hard to pick up on in plays and being on stage and things like that. And mind you, I've never been in a play before aside from this one, so I can't truly know, but I feel like my performances would be best caught on film.
We've always been together, just the two of us. It's different with us. That's why it hit so hard.
It's just as hard for me. Andy, believe that. I hate to leave you and the old folks, but I feel I've got to. There's something calling me. I just can't explain it to you.
Don't need to, Rob.